Every headline says the same thing. Artificial intelligence is killing Google search. Here's the problem with that story. In May 2026, every AI chatbot on Earth, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, all of them combined, sent 0.29% of the web's search traffic. Perplexity alone sent 0.013%. That's one visit in 7,000. So no, AI did not steal Google's users. And yet the web is dying anyway. Publisher traffic is collapsing. Newsrooms are cutting staff. And the engine killing them isn't some AI startup. It's the search box itself. Start with the number everyone quotes. Google runs roughly 89 to 90% of global search. That's the lowest it's been since 2014, and still the most dominant position on the modern internet. But that average hides a stranger map. In Russia, Google loses to Yandex at 72%. In China, Google is under 2%. Baidu rules. In Japan, Microsoft's Bing exploded past 36% in a single year. In South Korea, a homegrown portal called Naver splits the whole market. Google's monopoly was always a Western story. But the threat that actually matters in 2026 isn't anywhere on this map. It's inside Google's own results page. Here's the shift. For 20 years, search worked one way. You typed a question, Google showed 10 blue links. You clicked one, you landed on a website. That website earned your visit and sold an ad against it. That single exchange built the open web. Now watch it break. Roughly 60% of Google searches today end with no click at all. The answer just appears on the results page, a weather box, a snippet, and more, an AI overview that writes the whole answer for you. On Google's new AI mode, 93% of searches end without a single click. The user gets the answer. The website that wrote it gets nothing. For 25 years, one rule held. Rank higher, get more traffic. In 2026, that rule is dead. Two independent studies, Ahrefs across 300,000 keywords and Seer across 25 million impressions, landed on the same finding. When an AI overview appears above your result, the click-through rate on the number one position falls between 58 and 61%. Read that again. You can rank first, and still lose 2/3 of your clicks. Ranking and traffic used to be the same thing. Now they've split apart. Your impressions can climb while your traffic falls off a cliff. That gap, between being seen and being visited, is the fingerprint of the new search. But zero-click is only half the story. The other half is how the AI gets its answers in the first place. To write an answer, an AI has to read the web, crawling millions of pages. So here's the exchange rate that actually matters. For every visitor Google's crawler sends back to a website, it takes about 5 pages. 5 to 1. Roughly fair. For OpenAI's crawler, the ratio is 857 pages taken for every one visitor returned. For Anthropic's crawler, it's 11,122 pages for a single visit back. This is the machine draining the web. It reads everything. It returns almost nothing. And it depends on the very content it's starving. This isn't theoretical. It has names. Business Insider watched its organic search traffic fall 55%, then cut 21% of its staff. HuffPost lost half of its search referrals. The education site Chegg lost 49% of its non-subscriber traffic and sued. HubSpot, a marketing giant, reportedly lost 70 to 80% of its organic traffic. Across the whole web, Google's referrals to publishers fell about 33% in a single year, and the smallest sites bled worst, losing 60% of their referrals in 2 years. Recipe blogs, local news, independent writers, the exact people who filled the web with the answers the AI now recites. One by one, the lights are going out. The people being drained are fighting back, in court. Penske Media, the publisher behind Rolling Stone, Variety, and Billboard, sued Google, arguing its AI overviews cannibalized the traffic publishers were promised in exchange for their content. The publisher of the Daily Mail told regulators that when an AI overview appears, its click-through rate drops by up to 89%. Google's defense is blunt. The law lets a company set its own terms, and any publisher is free to block the crawler entirely. But that's the trap. Block Google's AI, and you vanish from Google's search. Feed it, and it replaces you. So if the click is dying, where does the money go? Three companies just placed three opposite bets. Bet 1, OpenAI. For years, Sam Altman said he hated ads. Then, on February 9, 2026, ads went live inside ChatGPT. Sponsored cards below the answer served to its 800 to 900 million weekly users. In under 2 months, that ad business hit $100 million in annualized revenue, one of the fastest ad launches in history. The logic is simple. At that scale, even one small, tasteful ad under each answer prints money. The answer engine quietly becomes an ad engine. Bet 2. Google. Google can't just bolt ads on. It has to defend $200 billion a year in search advertising. So it's doing something bolder. It's putting the ads inside the AI answer itself. By early 2026, ads were showing up in about a quarter of all AI-generated results, up from roughly 5% a year earlier. It launched shopping ads, called direct offers, that let you buy right inside the conversation without ever leaving Google. The genius and the danger are the same thing. Google keeps the user, keeps the ad money, and cuts the publisher out of the loop completely. Bet 3 is the strangest one. Perplexity, the AI search startup valued around $22 billion, did the opposite of everyone. In February 2026, it killed advertising entirely. Its argument: the moment an answer engine takes ad money, you can't fully trust the answer. So it went pure subscription, and revenue jumped past $450 million a year. It's a beautiful bet on trust. It's also a fragile one. Perplexity trades at somewhere between 40 and 100 times its revenue. It depends on scraping the same publishers now suing the industry, and it sends them almost nothing back. The purest answer engine is also the one built on the shakiest ground. Now step back and look at the whole machine. Google earns from the ads around an AI answer. That answer is written from a publisher's page. The publisher earns nothing and slowly dies. But here's the loop that should terrify every company in this story. The AI can only answer because the web wrote the answer first. Starve the web, and you starve the thing your AI feeds on. Google is sawing the branch it's sitting on. OpenAI and Perplexity are drinking from a well they refuse to refill. An answer engine with no fresh web to read is just a very confident memory of a world that stopped updating. So what replaces the click? A whole industry is scrambling for the answer. It's called GEO, Generative Engine Optimization, writing not to rank, but to become the source the AI cites. Others are betting on paid search. Kagi charges $10 a month for results with no ads and no AI forced on you. Gartner projects that traditional search volume drops about 25% by 2028, even as the total number of questions we ask keeps rising. The open web isn't ending in a crash. It's ending in a slow decoupling, where being read no longer means being visited, and the quiet deal that built the internet simply expires. The answer engine won. The only question left is what's left to answer from.